Alright, my peeps and squeaks, we are going to show you how to open your Xbox 360. And yes, that does include how to do the disk drive swap. So, let's get into it. So, first thing is you're going to want to pop off your front faceplate here. And you're just going to want to grab it by the bottom and just kind of pull it. Seems like you're going to break it, but you're not. So this Xbox was actually unopened when I found it since manufacturing date. So lucky me, I am the first one to open it in about 20 years or so. So you're just going to want to pop off the hard drive on top here. Press the little button. Usually comes out easier. But my fat fingers can't always get those buttons. So you're going to want to pop the top off here a little bit and then grab your tweezers or a flathead and find the clips along the sides. You're going to want to poke through the holes until the clip just kind of pops up. And you see there's 3 on each side. And it's the same for the bottom as well. Now we got the top off. So we can start on the bottom, and it is pretty much the same thing. Grab the one side from the face and just kind of lift up as you pop each tab. Once again, 3 on each side. Now we can focus on the big pain in the butt, which is the main shell. So you got to look at the back, which I think it's the easiest way to do this. Look at the back, and you have 5 little clips, little holes, and you're going to want to start on the side where the power connector is, because it's got 2 holes. You're going to want to grab a tweezers or flathead. Honestly, flathead works best, I think. Tweezers will help you pry and hold some of the shell open while you're doing this. But once again, start on the side with the power. It's got 2, and you can flex the shell a little more, which will help you in opening everything a little easier. With your left hand, you're going to want to continue to hold and kind of pry open the left side. And then you're going to want to work your way down your tabs on the right side, getting each one to pop. Usually there's a loud sound. Don't be scared. It just means it's working. The last one is always a pain, so put a little force into it. Don't be scared. And maintain force prying open the shell with your left hand. Otherwise, it will close on you, and you'll have to start the whole process over again. So it's really important to maintain the extra force with your left hand. It's best if you have a buddy, but sometimes you just don't. So maintain that force on the left hand. Otherwise, you're going to have to start all over. Something thick like an extra set of tweezers or a smudge bar is also a good idea to kind of wedge in there if you need to get your second hand free. Now this one hasn't been opened in 20 years or so, so it's definitely been giving me some trouble here, and definitely doesn't want to come out of her shell, so I don't blame her. Finally, you got it open. Now be careful to not let the right side close, and carefully pull up the tabs on the outside there, and you're going to want to flip it around to the front. Now you can work on the small little tabs in the front. First, you might want to cut the sticker if it has not been cut. This would close out your warranty, but after 20 years, your warranty doesn't really matter. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So we're just going to start working these tabs in the front. All right, let me get the camera situated right here. Go ahead and pop off the bottom plastic plate. Ooh, nice. Cleaner than Irene, but it's definitely still no virgin. First, you're going to want to pop off your little opener button, which is right here. And you're going to want to just grab a little tweezers or something and pop off this tab. Comes off. You don't want that to break. Now you got 6 long screws that attach to the top of your Xbox 360. They're the only screws that you need to remove from here. So you're going to want to go ahead and do that now. After you've got that complete, go ahead and flip it over. Now you can pull off the top. It's got a little wire holding around it. Ooh, all nice and clean. Yeah, this console was definitely taken care of. Somebody loved their 360. Alright, so the whole problem with this one is the disk drive. So we're going to have to replace that with a new one I got. So you're going to want to shimmy this up a little bit. Don't forget the metal tape in the front that holds it together, since this is a brand new rebuild. And then you're going to want to go and deattach the back two cables here. Go ahead and pop off your fan cover now. And we are going to pop out the fan so we can get that all nice and clean, since this is the first time it's ever been opened, ever. Like a virgin on prom night. Sometimes these are tricky. They are really kind of stuck in there due to the metal housing on top there. So you use some force here. And once you get the two clips out, you can start to kind of wedge it back to you and then pop it out. Don't forget to unclip it from the main board. Once again, this thing is just mint, so very minimal cleaning here, but I'll touch that up with some alcohol wipes here. Now what you want to do is just take your tweezers, wrap the front part and the side and pinch, and then you can just sit and wipe everything. Being very careful not to break anything and just lightly touching. So you're just picking up the dirt on the surface, not really scrubbing too hard. You want to make sure that you're not going to break anything in the process as well. So just continue around the main board with your alcohol wipes, just very lightly wiping up the surface dirt and making sure it's all nice and clean. Okay, so now that this is clean, we are going to just set this aside. We don't want any old dust or anything falling in something that we just cleaned. So set that aside for now. Now we are going to clean our fan. So go ahead and get your little tweezers and alcohol wipe system going again. And you're just going to want to carefully go in and out of each fan blade and all the way around, just collecting all the little dust. Now that that's done, you can just set that off to the side there, and we'll move into the next project. I honestly don't think I'm even going to touch the faceplate because it looks pretty pristine, so we're just going to set that out to the side. Now the top, bottom, and bottom is all plastic, no electronic pieces. So you can wash those with soap and water, which I'm going to do. But for now, I'm going to get into the top piece. There's a little bit of dirt and dust in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean it with the alcohol wipes again. Luckily, mine was well taken care of, and there's not much maintenance here. Go ahead and start cleaning your fan cover. Now at this point, we are going to get into the disk drive swap, and there's a few tricky things that you need to do this, like a soldering gun. I do have a special separate video specifically for this if you get lost or you just want to jump to that. So look for that as well if need be. The infamous disk drive swap. So we're going to take this old disk drive right here and we're going to swap some parts into this one, the new one. So let's get to it. Start off with the bar. You can tell that that's the old one. We're going to start with this one first. So let's put this one out to the side, and we're going to flip the old one over and start by the 4 screws. After you pop off this little plate, got a couple clips in the front. Pretty easy to pop off there. Now go ahead and place that on the new one, signifying that that is the one that goes back into your Xbox. Now go ahead and start on these 4 screws. Now pop off your underplate. So sometimes these little rubber pieces get stuck to the top there. You want to make sure that you use those or replace those because those are heat shields specifically placed onto the parts. Go ahead and start working your clips to get your ribbons out. You have 3 different ones. Now that that's all taken care of, you're going to want to get your soldering iron all nice and hot at this point for the next step. So you're just going to want to solder these wires off. I believe there's 6 of them. The point is to take the board out of here and transfer it to the new disk drive, because this is a gaming board and the other one in your new disk drive that you just got is a DVD. It'll only allow you to play DVDs and not the Xbox 360 games. This is why this step is absolutely necessary. Now that that's done, you can start working on your front 2 screws. That'll loosen up the board. Now you have a clip back here that's holding it in. Just press it and pull out your board. Go ahead and set that off to the side. And you're going to get into the spindle. We need this because this is a gaming one and not a DVD spindle, so we have to replace this as well. Just the 3 screws is all. Now pull out the drive from the top so you can get your spindle, which looks like it's stuck to the top of the magnet. Alright, so this is the spindle that you're going to put in your new drive. For now, you can just set that out to the side. Go ahead and pull out your new drive. Break the seal. That's that warranty seal. Doesn't matter anyway. Go ahead and start on your 4 screws like usual. Pop the bottom plate off. And as you see here, the heat shields get stuck all the time, so make sure that those are in the right places. Start working your clips to get out your ribbons. Okay, so we are just going to pop this out of the bottom bracket there. So the easiest way to do this is literally just solder one wire at a time from the DVD board to your gaming board. What I originally did was follow all the wires back to their correct places, and I made a little diagram so I knew what wire went where and why. First things first, you want to come down here to this little clip and loosen up your wires. You're going to need a little free space to pull them and separate them. So get your wires separated here a little bit and we can get to soldering. So you just want to get it barely hot enough to where the metal melts and pull your wire. Now we're just going to take that wire and transfer it to the new board in the same spot. And you're just going to want to continue with the rest of the wires. Now that you're finished with that, you're going to want to take the DVD board out of your new disk drive. Let's go ahead and take out the top two screws and pop out your board. Now that everything is clear, go ahead and pop your game board into place and then pop the two screws in at the top. Now we have to take out the spindle and replace it with the gaming one. Now we're going to take our gaming spindle and install it. So you're just going to want to slide the ribbon through this little hole. Now to screw this back into place, you're going to have to kind of hold it there and at least get one screw in. Okay, now you can start stuffing wires back into place and putting your ribbons back. Make sure that you clip all your ribbons back into place. All right, there you go. You're done. Make sure that you have the right heat shields and go ahead and pop it back into its casing. Now start putting your 4 screws back into place to lock it all up. Okay, so let's bring the main board back. We're going to put our fan back first. We can go ahead and plug that in. And then just slide her back in. You may have to pry up on the top of this a little bit. Remember, it's kind of unforgiving. Go ahead and pop on your fan cover now. Now you can put back in your DVD disk drive. Go ahead and pop on the back 2 plugs. And then carefully place it in there. And make sure it's nice and snug in the right place. Grab the bottom with the metal casing on it. Go ahead and slap that on there. Make sure it's situated and nice and flat. Flip her over and start putting your 6 screws back into place. So after this step, I forget to put on the eject button, which is highly important before you put back the shell. So don't forget to do that. All right, let's get back into it. Now go ahead and pop on your bottom plastic piece. This is the one with the clips, so try to get the front situated first. Flip her over, then you can start with the back. Now the bottom side piece, that just pops into place, this side towards the front. Now for the top piece, you want the little wedge towards the front as well. Finally, the faceplate, that just pops right back into place. Easy peasy. And that's it. You're ready to go play some video games now. Oh yeah, don't forget about your hard drive. Haha. Alright, have fun. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned. Like and follow for the next video.